is up with the squad? It's Cess, your favorite auntie with Uncle Tennessee's in the building with MJLover23. Kid High Life in the building. What up? Emily Jones in the building. What up? I don't see the bot in the building. We could be in trouble. Is it dinner time? Is it dinner time? Is it dinner time? The bot's
boy.
not here yet, so I don't know. But we're gonna go like it's okay. Yo, Kid High Life. What's happening? It's Friday, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Risky Friday, baby. We got picks. We got picks, and some more picks. We get into the shekels. Y'all know what it is. We finna give y'all. This is the weekend show, giving you everything from now until the NFL. It's some great opportunities here to get to the shekels. It's a great opportunity to get to the shekels. But before we get to that, 1-800-GAMBLER. If you need it, use it. 800-GAM. Text them. If you need to get at their website, 1-800-GAMBLER-chat.org. Make it happen. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Let's go. A hunk of shekels. Because that hunk of big almost took me out on the show earlier. But the bot is in the building, which means it is officially dinner time. Let's go. Hunk of shekels. MJ, what's up?
Oh, hold on. Oh my God. Sorry about that.
You good?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. You caught me off guard coming. I knew the show was coming up, and I still got caught off guard. All kind of nonsense going on right now.
We just had both said, "Let's go." Right at the same time, it's like, "Okay, yeah, let's go." Let's go. Yeah, all kind of stuff start happening. Oh, yeah, but me too. But it's okay. What's up, Kia?
Kia, what's up? Okay, so just to give you guys a heads up, there will be about 100 picks on these slides. I'm not going through all of them. I'm just letting you know right now. This is a weekend. This is a frisky, risky Friday. These are the weekend picks, and some to, of course, NBA today. But yeah, most of these are going to be for the weekend. So be ready.
You can take your time. You can take your time and put these shekels in. You can take your time. You can do a little now, a little later, a little now, a little later, like that. You ain't got to get them all in. Don't be pressed. All these games ain't taking off in 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
No.
We got time. Crazy. We got time, is what I'm saying.
Man, we got all
these picks will also be available on the X, on the Cess Talks Sports X channel.
Yep.
As we start to post these, so if you need to reference them again, pull up in the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. January 1st. So January 1st, things gonna be different around here. We just had a meeting. January 1st, things gonna be different around here. So get in the mansion when you can. Go ahead and join Cess Talks Sports VIP. Make sure you're in the Discord and make sure you are following us on all social media platforms at Cess Talk Sports. January 1st, gonna be different. Okay, off the cuff with MJ Lover. What's good? Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. You got a million picks to go.
Yeah. Oh my God, so ridiculous. A little bit. So we are going to start. I had to go all the way back up to my screen too. There's like 6 pages of picks on here. It was off. I thought it was 4. It's actually 6. This is ridiculous. And this is not even double. It's not even double space. This is all single space. Anyway, anytime touchdowns. Last week, we went 3 for 6. We had trying to remember who screwed us last week. That was just ridiculous. We've been scoring the whole time. Saquon Barkley didn't score. That was stupid. Can't believe that. Mike Evans didn't score, even though. And then, Rashard White, who hasn't played full time for 3 days, got 2 touchdowns last week. So that was stupid. And Westbrook, the wide receiver for the Titans, he's caught less than 20 passes on the season, but 8 of those passes went for touchdowns. And he had one in the end zone last week and just basically couldn't bring it in. So just to give you a heads up that it's not, even though a lot of these are supposed to be for good matchups, it doesn't always mean that they're going to get in unless, they're tush pushing it in or something like that, like the Philadelphia quarterback, right? So Anyway, with that said, I would say,
Hey, we get started. I got one question. I have one
mhm.
question. I'm sorry. I got to
Yep,
ask
yep,
this
yep,
question.
yep, yep, yep.
So you used to give us the fantasy starting lineup or fantasy lineup or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that game over? Are you not doing that anymore?
Not
Or is that
as
kind of stuff
much
still?
as I'm glad you brought that up too. I did it the 2 weeks, not last week, but the 2 weeks before last week, and then I got so busy with some of the weekend parlays that I didn't put a lineup in.
Okay.
But it's still going for it. Like the next couple weeks will be probably the last 2 or 3 weeks that it'll be going. So most likely I'll put one in for you guys that play daily fantasy. I think there's only a couple people, but still, you never know.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
try a couple as the
yeah,
season is as the season is
no, it's a
winding
good way
down.
to leverage a little bit of a buy-in to get a whole lot of money on a hit, right? So definitely, I'll put those together. Those don't take that long to put in, just because at this point in the season, all you're looking at is the matchups, who the bad defenses are playing, and then find out
Mm.
who scores the most on the other team. It's basically
Cool,
what
cool,
you're
cool, 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 cool. Y'all
now.
run them likes up. Let's go.
When the lights up, so I'm going to give you two should be lay down touchdowns, and then it's up to you on what you want to do with it. Now, who do we have here? So Chase Brown, Jalen Hurts, White again, Josh Jacobs, Hubbard, Chuba Hubbard, and David Montgomery. You know who's missing from here is Jabari Gibbs for the Detroit too. He is usually a good pick for this too, but I think their matchup. I'm just going to their matchups right now, so I can go through the teams and make sure that you guys pick the right people. Um, yeah, come on, come on. Internet slow. Of course it's slow. Why wouldn't it be slow? The show started. Okay, so let me see. So Detroit plays the Bills in Detroit. Even though I think the Bills, I know they beat San Francisco the other night or the other week, but the Bills do have a good run defense. Um, I don't. I'd say Montgomery just because Montgomery is usually the usual suspect when it comes to that. But I would say Chase Brown for sure. Chase Brown should get into the end zone because he's. I mean, they got Jabari. They got Jamar. They got Jamar and they got Higgins, and those guys take up a lot of air. But Higgins didn't score last week, which is absolutely ridiculous. Um, One of the best number two receivers in the league, but Chase Brown gets a lot of passes out of the backfield as a running back, and he gets a lot of touches. So he should score. So you can add him to the list. Philadelphia plays the Steelers, and Steelers are top 10 defense. Most likely, Jalen Hurts is going to get another tush push score because he can't stop vulturing touchdowns away from Saquon Barkley, and that's why I don't have him on the list. Um, Rashard White, Tampa Bay plays the Chargers. And the Chargers defense is actually pretty good. And I think it's mostly because they do a lot of ball control on offense. So they limit the amount of times that the opponent gets the ball. Um, I would still go with Rashard White just because in the red zone, he gets more looks than his backup, even though his backup was going crazy while he was out. Josh Jacobs is playing the Seahawks. He's going to score. Just chalk it up. Don't ask me why. Um, we have the Panthers are playing the Cowboys. So yeah, Chuba Hubbard has a good chance of scoring. Uh, even though they still got some good. We just had a conversation about this offline in the Discord that was very eye opening, which has me going back to watch some Cowboy games to see if my lion eyes were lying to me. But Chuba Hubbard should be a good candidate. But David Montgomery or Gibbs, you could roll the dice. I would actually say Gibbs, even though he's not on the list. But It's in Detroit, so I would actually put David Montgomery, especially in the red zone. So you got four. So you got four to choose from out of this six. If you want to get risky, you can actually do single bets on each one, but also run two or three of them back on different tickets with a round robin. All right. Chase Brown, Jalen Hurts, Rashard White, Josh Jacobs. That's your top four, and then the other two are wild cards. College football, a little light. Playoff. The college football playoffs don't start until next week or something like that. I can't remember. It's something like that. Army and Navy. Navy goes in the Army's field. Army has their quarterback scored like 700 touchdowns this year. So I'm taking them for the win, even though it's a rivalry game and it's less than a touchdown. I'm still taking Army to win. And then you have Jackson State, good old Jackson State, playing against South Carolina State. The over is like almost 30-30. That's crazy. But take Southern Carolina State for the win. We're going with the home team. We'll see how that works out. But you know what? Hey, it should be a good game with that kind of line.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that.
Then we got hockey. So one game in hockey tonight. Basically two squirrels fighting over a rotten acorn over here. You can take Carolina for the win. Ottawa, yeah, they're okay, but there's a reason why it's plus 200. The one that stuck out to me was Brent Burns under an assist. Evidently, I don't know why, but he's not attacking like he was for part of the season when we were picking him. So we're going to pick him for under an assist. We'll see how that works out. The other two, Batherson is hot. Tim Stoltz, I don't know what he's doing right now. I didn't really get to check on him too much, but yeah, Burns looks to be the best pick in this one. And then if you want an extra one in there, Batherson's been pretty hot for a goal or an assist. So,
all right, rolling right along.
Excellent. So, college women's sports we're looking at this weekend. Tonight, I think that's tonight, Stanford and Cal. That's going to be a really good game. I am picking Stanford in this one, even though California's been looking pretty good. I mean, not contender good, but actually better than we thought they were going to be good. Number 21, Iowa, goes into Michigan State, who I have not watched play this year yet, but I'm picking them to win, based off of the Iowa State game that went down to the wire, and Iowa pulled it out. But Michigan State, they just looking at the lines, they seem to have a couple of good players, and they're playing well. But you really haven't played a whole lot of people. But we'll see how that works out. Taking Michigan State on a whim win. Say that 3 times fast. Number 22, North Carolina State going into Louisville. I am picking the upset. I'm picking the upset. I got to pick the upset on this one. We've been watching Louisville. We've been talking about Louisville. We've been talking about NC State too, and how they barely squeaked by Davidson. Yeah,
Barely.
Yeah. Okay. Next, South Florida goes.
I'm gonna say this too. With NC State, I just don't know what they do with Cochran. If Cochran shows up as the big in Louisville, big in Louisville like she did against Oklahoma, I don't know that NC State has an answer for that.
It's crazy.
We're gonna get to see some really good freshman guards in that game. So
exactly,
that one.
It's gonna be really good. South Florida accepted the invitation to South Carolina, one of the few in the Brave. South Carolina for the win. Let me see. And number 25, Georgia Tech, goes into UNC. Number 14, I'm taking UNC for the win. They look good. We did watch Georgia Tech beat up on wasn't Grambling, was it? Who did they beat up on the other night? Bree Wayne made me watch that for some reason. I don't know why she likes torturing me like that, but we did we did watch that. So I will definitely be taking UNC since they're playing well right now and rounding up for Christmas time and next year in the league itself.
Oh, you might now. I gotta know who did that. Who did we rewind make us watch them beat up
She
on?
made I
Louisiana,
don't know.
Louisiana, Louisiana Monroe.
There you
Louisiana
go.
Monroe.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
Let's see. Let me see. FM say South Carolina State Bulldogs. Let's fucking go at the Mercedes Dome in Atlanta. Let's go, South Cat.
Prime
Army
time.
versus Navy hasn't cracked 40 points since 2013. Take the
Take the
under.
under.
Crank that
Thank you.
22.
Take that.
Thank you.
Appreciate
And
it.
let's see what Michigan State is made of, James of Flatbush. We're gonna find out what they made
Yeah,
of. But
because I haven't watched them play at all. I should probably have watched at least a highlight or two before I even picked that game. But hey, sometimes you got to go with your gut.
go with your gut, baby. That's right.
All right. So now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. The NBA is coming up, and there's no shortage. So okay, I've said this a few times, but we're getting to that point whereas all these picks that you see will not be on the show. They will be in the Patreon somewhere. So take your last ganders at stuff like this because I have a ton of these that will be behind some type of an admission wall. And you are welcome to come through. If you
We
want
growing on up, y'all. We growing on up.
get your shekels up. We have a place for you to come get them. We'll let you know. Anyway,
I know y'all want to be a couple shecklinaires like us. Don't play around. Hit them lights.
got to
Come on, check it out.
get the collar and the tie. Washington going into Cleveland. There's a lot of good prospects here. I would say it's weird. It's hard to pick with Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley because they both basically Evan Mobley's a better scorer than Jarrett Allen, but they both rebound well. I was going to go out on a limb and take Jarrett Allen for under 11.5 rebounds tonight because this might be a blowout game. It's plus 16 on the spread. So this game might be over by the middle of the third quarter. So I am taking the under on the rebounds. I don't think he's going to even play long enough to get them. And then if you want a kind of a little bit of a special on that one, you can take Carlton Carrington for under 4.5 assists. He's gotten 3 assists the last 2 games. And Cleveland, they play enough defense to make sure that it's hard for you to get assists. So I think they're like number 7 in the NBA and allowed assists. So take those. Indiana goes into Philly, and it looks like almost everybody is healthy. If they are, it looks like they are healthy. Yeah. Embiid's playing. PG-13's playing. And the guard's playing too. That's right. Yeah, he's on my fantasy league, so he's playing. But I couldn't put him on because I don't know. It's weird. I couldn't put him on. So one of the surprise ones on here that I'm going to give you, it's an EV plus bet, but it's actually frisky risky. The dude that dunked on LeBron James in the Olympics, Yabusele, I think it's Yabusele, Gershon Yabusele. Take the over 15.5 PRA with him. That's plus 135. That's risky just because Embiid's playing and PG-13's playing. So rebounds are going to be hard to get for him. He doesn't assist the ball that much, but he can score. So there's a chance that it'll be right up against it if you take that. Another surprise one is TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell had 30 last week. He had 30 in a game last week, coming off the bench. So Halliburton's playing too. So it's not. I mean, he does this everyone. He did this last year too. It was a game where he had 30. He had 30 points and 10 assists coming off the bench. I can't remember who he's playing against, but whoever he's playing against, they need to be fired. But that's another surprise one for you if you want to take it. Let's see. Next up, Lakers go into Minnesota. No LeBron James, all Anthony Davis, and Austin Reeves is back mysteriously. And then you have D'Lo. D'Lo might be he's off the board right now because D'Lo was actually, I think he was 2.5 made threes. You could most likely take the over on that because he used to play for Minnesota. So it might be a revenge game, and plus he's going to play more. Than LeBron James not going to be there. He's not going to be playing, so he'll get more time. And all he has to do, if he gets hot, he's going to hit 3 or 4 threes. So he will. But between him, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, and even Rui, all those guys are going to be launching threes. So we'll see if he gets the volume that he needs to actually hit that. And is there anyone else? I was gonna say Anthony Davis. I saw him for under 11.5 rebounds, but he might get that without LeBron in the game. I think I was staying away from the PRA for some reason, and I can't remember why. But if you want something that's a little bit on the safer side, you can take Julius Randle for over 3.5 assists. He's had over 4 assists in the last 3 games. So that one's a safe one for that game. I totally forgot to put in the Brooklyn Memphis player parlays. But guess what, a fellow Discord members? I will put it into the Discord for you after the show. So there you go. So some bonuses. Charlotte, Chicago. So I don't know if Lonzo Ball's playing this game. I didn't see him on the injury list, so I think he's playing. But I have a parlay that went out in earlier, and I don't know where. If Kia's in here, you should have been in the wanna bet section because I posted something early this morning. I don't know if the odds are the same, so if you want to check on that, you should probably do it now because the games are going to start in about an hour. Miles Bridges is back, which I wish they would have told me earlier because he's on my fantasy league and I have him on the IL. And even if I take him off the IL right now, he's not going to count towards tonight's game because it's 24 hours before he's activated. Thank you, Yahoo Sports. Let's see. So I'm staying away from Miles Bridges because he's just now coming back. You could probably get away with Nikola Vucevic under 10.5 rebounds. I think he's had 8 the last 2 games. He's their scorer, but then again, Zach LaVine's back, and then you also have Kobe over there shooting a bunch of shots too. So I don't know if he's going to be rebounded their bricks or not tonight. We'll see. Hopefully he doesn't. Let's see. And next up is the Clippers going to Denver, going to Mile High. Best bets there. Kevin Durant coming back under 3.5 assists. He's going to be on a minutes restriction, most likely. So he'll have less time to actually get more assists, which I think right now it's not even Beal leading the team. It's Booker. Booker's leading the team in assists while KD was out. So, I mean, good and bad news on that one. But take the assist for that one, and then if you want to get kind of frisky, you can actually go over 6.5 assists for Jamal Murray. 2 games ago, the Joker had, for his points, rebounds, and assist total, they had him at like 52 or something like that, which is ridiculously high. It's a ridiculously high bar to actually match. So that means that's like 35 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, which he can do in his sleep. But he ended up getting 74. So
damn,
you don't get more money for how much past hit that he gets, but 74 is absolutely ridiculous. Like even Giannis doesn't get 74. He gets like in the low 60s, most of the time. But 74, oh my God, that's just ridiculous. So definitely be careful of the assists with Jamal Murray. Let's see. Phoenix, Utah. Oh, there you go. Nice little sensible here. John Collins, no double-double. It's that is not plus 200. If it is, take it because it shouldn't be. John Collins averages about 8 rebounds a game, and they're going up against Phoenix. Now, Phoenix doesn't have a whole lot of rebounders, but KD's back and he'll help. Nurkic is usually on the boards. And I think Booker helps out a little bit too. So they got enough rebounders. So I don't know about that that 2 plus 200. If you can get that, take it. That doesn't look right to me, but I guess that's what it is. And the last one is San Antonio Spurs and the Portland Trailblazers. Good old Victor Wembanyama. Let's see how you're going to screw me this week. Take the double-double. Take the yes on that one. That should be good. Stay away from the blocks, even though the under seems to be right around where he's at. He's averaging 2 blocks a game the last 3 games, I think. And I think, I guess if you want to get, there's not really a whole lot of frisky riskies on this one. You can go Jermaine Grant for under 14.5, but I doubt that's going to happen because they're probably going to be losing early, and he guns a lot. He shoots about 6 or 7 threes a game, so be careful of that one. Maybe the Kamara one might work for you. The steals and blocks under 1.5. Like he may accidentally get a steal or a block. I don't know if he's going to get both, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
That's why we watch.
Yeah, I don't know. Real shaky on that one. Yeah, that's what we do.
We do, and now we got all this NFL good stuff coming on.
Oh no, I got another 2 tickets to. One for basketball, one for hockey. Okay, I'll put it in the Discord. Sorry, y'all. It's gonna be a party, y'all. NFL coming right up. KC and Cleveland. I was gonna pick the games on these, but I decided that you know what? I put 100 picks in here, over 100 picks on this show. You guys can figure the rest out on your own this week. Let's see here. I was really liking the Travis Kelce longest yard over 19.5 receiving yards. Like I would imagine he was going to catch a 20-yard pass. They are on the road though, and you know what, he might do it because I don't think Taylor Swift is going to be at the game. So he might do it. If you believe in that, take him. And then you're what's another good one for you? Patrick Mahomes over 265. I don't trust that one either. Jameis Winston over 247. You know what? You might be able to get away with that one. Jameis Winston at home. He's been doing pretty good with Jerry Jeudy and a few of the other wide receivers. He'll probably throw for 2 touchdowns, but he'll probably throw for 3 or 4 interceptions too. So just be ready for that. Take him. Cincinnati, Tennessee. Cincinnati has a ton of weapons. I already told you about Chase Brown. But if you want, let me see, Tony Pollard receiving yards over 16.5. So one of the things that I can't remember if I said in the last show or two, but what I've been telling people in the Discord when we have these conversations, they ask me why I don't have a whole lot of star players up there. Like whether it's basketball with Steph Curry or if it's, football with Lamar Jackson. Is one of the reasons because their odds aren't usually the best. Like if you look at Chase, Jamar Chase is in the middle here with minus 130, 37. That's good. It's still good odds, but it's not the best, right? So, but if you put in Will Levis for under 20 passing completions at 130, that's a little bit better, but that's more more likely to hit. Will Levis is one of the bottom 10 quarterbacks in the league. So it is what it is, right? So, and then they're going up against Cincinnati, who gets a lot of sacks. You could take that. Now, the other one, we move on to Washington, New Orleans. This is a revenge game. It's a double revenge game. Evidently, the Saints traded away their best cornerback to the Commanders, but the Commanders also have Chase, who used to play for the Saints too. So as far as defense goes, look for a lot of batted balls. Look for an interception, maybe two. Look for at least two or maybe one or two sacks from Chase. So that part of it looks good, and I would stay away from over 29 and a half receiving yards should be obtainable for Alvin Kamara. He can catch 6 or 7 balls in a game and you get that in his sleep. But I was looking at Terry McCollin, Scary Terry, for 67 and a half over receiving yards. He's the main guy, right? And he's Jaden Daniels' safety blanket. So I don't see why he won't be able to exceed that, maybe even get a touchdown on top of that too. And then let's move on to Baltimore. We got Baltimore and New York Giants. This should be a blowout game. It's minus 16. I can't trust Derrick Henry for that just because if it's a blowout, he's not going to get there. Lamar Jackson for over 1.5 touchdown passes. The stats say don't take it. I mean, he's right on the cusp of each one, like the last three to four games, but I guess I would throw a flyer out on that one. Over 1.5, he'll get 2 touchdown passes or more. Or if you want to go with something that might be a for show shot, you can go with Tommy DeVito for under 177.5 passing yards. The Ravens might have 5 or 6 sacks today, so be ready to take the Ravens defense in that game. The Dallas Cowboys go into Carolina, and they are not favorites. It is a pick'em game, but they are underdogs by 3 points. Who knew? Who knew that was going to happen? But anyway, I think all of these are kind of right in the middle of the road. I would actually go Jake Ferguson for less than 39.5 receiving yards. Doesn't seem like a whole lot to overcome, but he doesn't get a whole lot of targets from Cooper Rush. Or you can go with the emerging Adam Thielen, Mr. Benjamin Buttons himself, basically starting to round out into the number one wide receiver that he's been playing like in the last 2 or 3 seasons. New York Jets, Jacksonville. So this one is another one of those 2 squirrels fighting over a rotten acorn. New York Jets defense is not bad because they don't get blown out that much. They lose stupid games. They lose a lot of close games. And one of the things that you can almost count on is you can count on Aaron Rodgers to find a way to not hit his thresholds. So I would definitely take the under on this one. In Jacksonville, he'll get the ball over to a safety. Drawing a blank on his name, but he'll get a touchdown. He may even get 2 touchdowns, but I don't think he's getting over 234 yards passing. The other one, which is very obscure but has a really good line on it, is Brenton Strange, under 30.5 receiving yards. I think 2 weeks ago he had 1 catch for 5 yards. They really don't go to him like they should, so we'll just leave him as one of those options. And let's see, Houston. Miami goes into Houston. Miami's defense better than people think it is. That's why the spread is only +3 because Houston has a potent offense. Like they're really good. But with that defense looming, I would say Tua Tagovailoa, or Tua Tag, I'm gonna call him that. Over 270 yards Passing, I would take that, even though it's kind of risky, frisky. I'm going against him in my head-to-head season-long fantasy, so I'm hoping he doesn't do that well. But his matchup looks like he's going to do that well, so you can take him. And then for rushing and receiving, that is very deceiving too. Devon Achane under 85.5 rushing and receiving yards. I don't know about that. That's gonna be right on the line if you pick it. If you pick the under on that, that's gonna be right at the line. He may get 90 to 95, but I just don't see how they would stop him unless the cheetah gets open, right? So if the cheetah gets open and then you got your other counterparts getting, open, then he can open it up. But other than that, they haven't been looking that good. So you can go with Nico Collins. Long reception 28. He'll catch a long ball because that's what he does. And they can't double him because they have too many weapons on offense. Indiana goes into Denver. You can take Anthony Richardson for under 188.5 passing yards. Denver's defense at home is pretty decent. And you can go with Bo Nix on the passing and rushing at 256.5. Cortland Sutherland would be decent, but I don't know. I think it was one time he actually caught one for 21 yards right under the app with the number, so I don't want to go with that again. Buffalo goes into the D. No pause. We have Jared Goff. We have a few in here that we're looking at, but everything looks to be kind of evenish, and I think I talked about a little bit of it already. Jared Goff for 262 passing, rushing yards. Goff doesn't run the ball that much, so it's just a little bit of a cushion that you probably don't need. But I would say Josh Allen for under 298.5 pass rushing yards. I don't know if Detroit's going to let him get loose in the air like that. They may let him run and then try to pop his hip out of socket, but I don't think they're not gonna give up that much passing, especially with the trading of one of the elite cornerbacks in the league to their squad.
We bite kneecaps out here. Don't do that.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah. I saw a clip on that too. That's another story we talk about. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. This is gonna be a better game than people think. Pittsburgh's defense top 10 in the league, and Philly is always one or two long bombs away from breaking the game open. Now, with that said, AJ and the quarterback are at odds with each other because, for obvious reasons, you bring AJ over to catch balls, and that's what he was doing, and all of a sudden, he goes 4 games without catching a touchdown. That is grounds for firing if they weren't winning games. But yeah, you can't have AJ out there just running 50 routes a game and not getting him a touchdown. Like he's basically matchup proof. He's one of those guys in the league now. But what you can probably finagle, if you want to try, Grant Calcaterra caught his first touchdown of the year last week. And that touchdown was only for 5 or 6 yards. So under 12.5 on the yards on the reception, longest reception, might be a good shekels bet for you. New England going into Arizona smarting from losing to the Seahawks. They're most likely going to come back. Kyler Murray had 2 touchdowns in that game. You can take the passing yards, 253, take the over. Longest reception for Connor, under 11.5. I can't trust that. Revenge game on file. I'd take Trey McBride for the longest under 20.5 yards. That's a good bet. Let me see. A couple more here. Baker Mayfield takes Tampa Bay into LA to face the Chargers. Chargers defense is pretty decent, but like I said before, they do a lot of ball control to keep the ball away from their opponents. That's kind of their defense too. What's a good one? I mean, I would take Mike Evans for 22.5 long on the receiving if you don't have him for an anytime touchdown. But yeah, that part of it. I don't want to take Baker Mayfield for under because he usually bites me in the tuchus with that. We'll try out Justin Herbert for under 1.5 touchdowns. One touchdown, maybe not two. And then the last one we're looking at Green Bay and my beloved Seahawks. That is a pick'em game, and Josh Jacobs scored 3 touchdowns last week. He's going to score. And most likely, if he scores, he's probably going to blitz that 90.5 rushing and receiving yards. You'll also be able to pick up something here. This one's a weird one, just because I think I give Green Bay's defense too much credit. I was going to pick up Janky Geno Smith for under 264, but I'm going to go with Jordan Love passing and receiving over 246.5. This is kind of a hard overhead pick just because I do want the Seahawks to win because we have to win since the Rams just beat San Francisco in one of the worst non-scoring touchdown games with 2 top offenses in the NFL that I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm not saying that again. Yeah, so you can take Jordan Love and take Josh Jacobs. Those seem to be the safest bets. Seem to be. You're on mute.
Seem to be. What does seem to be mean? I don't know. I'm confused about seem to be. Coach Coleman in the building. I was over here trying to get my shekels in, y'all. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Y'all know what it is.
Oh,
Yes. This is what y'all here for. This is what y'all here for. Y'all know what it is. It's MJLover23. It's
Mr. Lover.
moonshots of the day, baby. The moonshots of the day. What you got?
All right. So we got Devonta Smith. He is the second part of that receiving core. Under 4.5 receiving yards. Be careful of that. He might get 5, depending on how mad the quarterback is at AJ. He might just start throwing all his passes to Devontae. Noah Fant has had 3 receptions the last couple games. This one will be a good time to have one because they do have Kraft for Green Bay Packers. He's a pretty good young tight end for them. And then you have Bryce Young passing touchdowns under 1.5. I don't trust him. I don't know. He's regressing. He's not getting better right now. So I'm staying with that under 1.5 touchdowns.
This 1.5 touchdowns there, then.
Yep.
That's all that's there. Well, there's nothing else left to do here but what we came for. Hunk of moonshots. Oh man, let me tell you, Uncle Big almost took me out this. If y'all didn't see that, yeah, that might be one of the funniest moments on YouTube today for me. Tears rolling down my face, choking to death, cracking up at Coach Coleman and a hunk of big. I don't know what a hunk of big is, but it cracked me the hell up today. Okay, but that I digress. That's not what we're here for. We come here. We get MJLover23. We got moonshots of the day. You know, Mr. Lover, Big Daddy Long Dong himself. I know what he here with. The extra long dong shots of the day. We got to give them to you. Let's go.
All right. So we got the long shots of the day. Josh Allen, longest run, 13.5 yards. It's a plus 100 just because the defense he's going up against is pretty decent. But it is Josh Allen. Even whether they're getting blown out or not, he's going to do it no matter what. Sam Laporta. This one's a kind of a sneaky one too. Under 3.5 receptions. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I mean, Sam Laporta is one of their better receivers too, right? So I mean, they have a bunch of them, but they can't throw the ball to everybody at the same time. So under 3.5, that's a nice shekel count if you can get it. Then you have Olamide Zacurius. Can't remember his name. Under 20.5 receiving yards. That one's pretty decent. If he catches a pass, it won't be by accident, but it'll be because there was nobody else to throw to. Yeah, that's what it is. We both try to get our last minute picks in.
What is that? What is that? It ain't nothing left to give, but what? What is it? It ain't nothing left to give, but what? Y'all know what it is. MJLover stocking stuffers. Let's go.
Oh my god. All right, so
you didn't know you had a ring thing.
Yeah. Well,
never can tell. You know, we in the spirit around here. We in the spirit. When you get in the spirit, you got to go with it.
All right, so we got Saquon Barkley receptions under 2.5. He's been running the ball a lot. Hasn't been throwing the ball to him. Hasn't really needed to. So we're gonna get that in there. We got Jesperi Kakimimi under 0.5 assists. That one seems to be a no-brainer, maybe. And then you have good old Jamar Chase, who I talked about earlier. Anytime touchdown, minus 159, which is kind of he's going to get a touchdown this week. So definitely put him in your books.
I mean, y'all ask, we deliver stocking stuffers with the Christmas music to go with it. I mean, goodness, jingle bells all around, jingle all the way. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know, and the 12 days of Christmas is getting ready to start, ain't they? I'm just saying, there's a lot. We getting in the spirit. We getting in the spirit around here. We getting in the spirit. And if you in the spirit, like we in the spirit, don't hit them likes, run them likes up, run them likes up. You know what I'm saying with the theme music. I want everybody to. Want y'all to feel comfortable around here. You know, we getting in the spirit. Get in the spirit, sister. Everybody, you know, get your jingles and your bells together or whatever. You know, dash it through the slow. For real, because Glorilla got a new Christmas song, and it is my new theme song for Christmas.
Oh, no.
Okay? Glorilla got a Christmas song, and I can't get enough of it. But with that, James the Flatbush is waiting on the pizza. James, we had a good time watching that Landman. Tell him about that Landman. Was all right, wasn't it? That first episode, sell you on it.
Oh boy!
And then you know what we got? I just finished Love After Lockup. After Lockup, we got Love During Lockup starting tonight. I listen. It looks so atrociously good. It looks. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of the train wrecks that happen on this show. So I'm looking forward to that one. We got sports on. We are here all weekend. What you got before you get ready to go, MJ?
Hey, enjoy your weekend. Make sure that you guys jump into the Discord to get the extra picks. Might be able to put in an extra ticket or two tomorrow and maybe even on Sunday before the game starts. So get in there, get your access, get the shekeling.
Get the shekeling. We just a couple shekelaires over here. And y'all know what it is. Until next time, y'all stay tuned. Talk soon.